Hey, S-Fam.
Hey, S-Fam. Welcome back.
This is Dialissa.
This is Brittany.
And welcome to the Sisters from Another Mr. Podcast.
We got another one for ya.
Hot and fresh.
So, we talked a little bit about money last time. Several episodes ago.
Yes.
But we figured we would bring another one back for y'all.
Yeah, that was a pretty popular one.
Yeah, you guys liked it. We got some good feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a few financial hacks.
Yes.
For you guys to add to your savings and start blowing out of control. Things that some of these things are, or most of them are like just things that I feel like we have done.
Oh yeah.
Or used.
Or want to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one that started even before we had jobs was getting roommates. I feel like that was a big one for us. It seemed stupid, but we were able to save. And dividing bills by 3?
Man, tell me about it.
Oh, I miss that. I miss those days, man.
Because these full utility bills, mortgage, it's... Whoa.
Like, wait a minute, cable. When did you get so expensive?
Okay, and why do you keep getting expensive?
More and more expensive. And not even just because I've been cut the cord, so I ain't even got cable no more.
Okay.
But
Fire Stick, Apple TV,
okay.
Subscriptions.
But even the internet is creeping up now.
Because they know.
They do know. They need to mind their business.
Yeah,
that's what they need to do.
They do.
I feel like that's a big one. Actually, even just getting rid of cable. Like, y'all gotta be realistic. If you're not at home, why do you have cable all the time? Why are you paying hundreds of dollars for cable when you can just cut it in half and use just the internet? Because I feel like a lot of people, especially young people, you have your devices.
Exactly. And just go hit you up one of your old family members. You know they still got cable. Mm-hmm. They got cable. Go get their login, girl, and just put that thing in.
But some of them, because my mom cut the cord too.
No, your mom cut the cord because you got her hip. But some of these people are not hip.
And then also, it's like, maybe if you bargain with somebody, like, hey, you got Netflix? Let me get you Netflix. I'll give you my Hulu.
Right. Barter system.
Yeah. Or you could always go in together with somebody. Like, okay, we all, 4 of y'all like to all watch football. Let's all sign up and pay a quarter of the red zone or something like that. Like, you don't have to.
Hell, take your ass to the bar. You can go watch it there, too.
Girl.
Do like him, he used to take me date night.
Listen, it could be a good time. And even if it's not a date night, if you loving up on yourself right now, you can do it by your damn self, or you could just do
self-love,
like girls' night out, or boys' night out, whatever, and that works too.
Exactly.
And listen, don't get crazy at that restaurant, okay?
You don't need to be greedy.
No. Matter of fact, how about you offer to be designated driver and sip on some water tonight? Okay, the whole point is to save money.
Exactly. Even when it comes to the meal, sometimes our eyes are longer than our bellies.
Yep.
And we want to order things that are just unnecessary. You want to get that appetizer. You want to get that main course dessert. Me and Kim have gone out, and we're like, usually by the time they come, like, especially go to Mexican places, and granted, those are a pretty decent price. You get the chips and the salsa, you be full by the time dinner comes, or the breads.
True. Yeah.
Girl, get you a little appetizer, or just the main. You have to get it everything.
Yeah. And also, if you are going to go out to eat, this is another hack. You can try to do like their special nights. Like if they have Tuesdays or their $10 Tuesdays or something. I don't know. Something like that. Try to do that. If you're going to eat out, you can still do it, but try to be smart about it, know. Or if you're going out for drinks, go during happy hour specials because they be really good.
Well, listen, that too. And then if you are going out on the late night, girl, you better pregame. Take your ass to Uber. Okay.
Listen, that was the move. Ain't nobody going out nowhere.
Listen.
Without having done a little bit of pregame.
Okay.
Because you got that alcohol in your house anyway.
Okay. Don't let it go to waste. Just go ahead and
listen. And you can just go ahead and invite your friends to your house and then share an Uber.
Okay.
To
and
wherever.
You can split it now.
Yeah, man. Split the cost. What? See, even Uber is trying to help y'all out with these financial. Help us out, let me say. Because I be using these same things.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a good one. That's a real good one. I feel like try to split as many things as you can.
Definitely.
Where it makes sense. I mean, don't be ridiculous, obviously, and don't, impose on people. But if you have something to offer them, like a little Uber, or hey, pregame at my house, and then that person might offer to pay for your Uber. That's always fun too.
Right. I also remember listening to this YouTube, or watching this YouTube video. And I forget the guy's name, but he was talking about how basically you want to keep in the mindset of future at all times, right? Mm-hmm. And he said, like, he would go out and, you want to get that $5 Starbucks. Listen, I'm avid Starbucks drinker. I love me some goddamn Starbucks. Give me a pink drink. If you love me, give me a pink drink. Give me a passion tea lemonade sweetened or, whatever. But those drinks, they add up. Like, they're so expensive.
They add up
fast. And honestly, Pinterest, I love me some Pinterest. Pinterest will have you on the road. You can make your own little mocktail Starbucks drink, from home. Or think about, like, when you are going out and you're spending this money, his idea, the gentleman who I was watching on YouTube, was that you got to think, usually, do I really need that? What does that $5 look like? How much does that add up in the next few years? We don't usually think like that, but really, if you invest the money that you're going to go and spend on these frivolous things, it would multiply by so much if you just sit on it, So investing is so important, no matter how small it is.
Yeah, no, that's true.
We always think that we have to invest so much money, but you have to start from somewhere.
You know what else I've started to think about too, as far as like, okay, I could invest this, and how much can I make in an investment? Or I think even if it just stays in my savings, I'm still going to get some type of interest on it. So let me let it sit there for as long as possible. Like, I like to do that too. And even if it's like bill is due on the 15th of every month, I'm not really rushing to pay it on the 1st, because that's 14 days that I could be gaining interest on that money.
No, absolutely.
So I'm not saying to pay your bills late, but if it's due on the 15th, maybe set up your auto pay so you don't forget and don't get delinquent remarks on your credit report, because that
defeats the purpose.
Yeah, that's very important too. But maybe set up your auto pay to do it on the 12th or the 13th. Right. Or if you don't like auto pay, you just set a reminder on your phone or wherever. But, give yourself that, because that adds up too. That interest in your savings is very important. And I try to think about stuff like that.
Right. Now that you're bringing that up, I actually have an account where with Bank of America, they do keep the change. You don't have to necessarily do it with Bank of America anymore. I think it's Acorns.
Yeah, apps. There are keep the change apps.
Yeah, keep the change apps. So basically, if you buy, I know you guys have probably seen the commercial or whatnot, but it always says, if you go to Subway or whatever sandwich shop and you buy a $5.50 sandwich, then what Bank of America or any of these keep the change apps will do is they'll round it up to the next dollar and take that 50 cents and either invest it for you, or it'll put it into a savings account, which is what I do. And that money obviously will grow over time. Once you're using it and things aren't on the whole dollar, it'll take that change. And then I have honestly made from to date, I've made close to $3,000. I looked crazy on my Bank of America in the Keep the Change account. So it definitely is worth it. Yeah. And then what I've learned on another YouTube video was that you want to then take that money that you save when it grows to a good amount and put it in a high interest savings account.
That's what I was gonna say too. you want to get one of those high yield savings accounts, because standard savings accounts, you're not going to really earn anything on them. But when you get those other kind, they really do make a difference.
Mm-hmm. Do you know any by the top of your head?
I had Barclays.
Mm-hmm. Is one.
I think Ally Bank is another one that does it. I see their commercials. I don't know. Y'all can, do your research on these
Maybe
things.
we could post some on our Instagram as well.
But I had Barclays, and I believe I've seen in commercials that Ally also offers like high yield, high interest rates,
3%.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, something kind of and look that up too, because that's important. Like, they're different ones. You got to make sure y'all are comparing, because different ones offer different
right. Some of them have
rates.
a cap.
Mm-hmm.
As of how much
some of them have a minimum of what you have to put in the account. So know if you can't do that, or if that's easy for you, great, do that. Capitalize on it however you can. But yeah, those are way better than your regular savings accounts. And then the other thing, when you was talking about cashback, there are cashback apps, but then there are apps that give you cash back just for spending at certain stores or whatever, different merchants. Because what's the one that I told you about? Dosh. The Dosh app is like, you just have to set up your card, and then when you shop at different vendors or whatever stores that they have affiliated with them, you automatically get money into your Dosh account, and then you can take that cash and put it into wherever investment or savings or whatever you want to do. And that adds up fast without even thinking about it. It adds up very quickly. And there's other apps like that too. Dosh is one. Ebates was another one that they used to have. I think it's called Rakuten now. They got bought out. But yeah, definitely look into those. Those two are really good, and I use them, and it's very easy to use too.
Also with what I was going to say about the banks too, when you put your money in like Barclays account or Ally, where it's an online based account, it actually helps you save money that way too, because it takes a little bit longer to be able to retrieve that money.
That is a major key.
That's a key. You might not need that money as much if you know you're not gonna be able to get it for 2 days.
I've never taken money out of my Barclays for that reason. It does, and it's just because it's not convenient. But that actually ends up being very, very helpful for me to not.
Okay, and mind you, this is also if you make sure you don't request a debit card.
Yeah,
because I think you can now. Because there's that, and there's another.
I think, well, at least for the account that I have at Barclays, I think it's a different kind. You can't.
Oh, okay, but they have accounts.
They do have those.
So they were to. I know I was advised not to. Just if that's your purpose, to just not bother with the debit card.
That's a good point. Don't get that debit card if you know you're trying to save something.
Right, and it's also about the cash back points. I have recently learned that credit is my best friend.
We gotta do another episode on credit.
Oh yes,
and just credit alone is a discussion of its own. But definitely, y'all want to be monitoring your credit. It is so important.
You might not have the money, but if you have credit, baby,
yes.
Oh man, you could.
And it's like, and listen, not everybody got money, but everybody can have credit. You could be broke and have excellent credit.
Exactly.
It's just about like I just said, make sure you pay your bills on time. Make sure you have, things in order.
Yeah, there's people who are willing to give you money.
Yeah.
We have so much great ideas and different things that you want to invest in, depending on, what you want to do. Hell, just the other day, I needed a personal loan, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be tricky, but it's just to have good credit. You go in there, you get your fill out your application, they approve you get your cash. It's so simple, and the possibilities are endless that you could do. I'm not saying go take out people's money and then not stay on top of it, of course, but just a thing like if you want to start a business or something like that and you have great credit and no money, or you want to buy a house,
some apartments. If you want to move into an apartment, they ran our apartment
lifestyle. They
ran our credit back in DC. They ran me and James' credit to move into our apartment here in Atlanta. So
I remember
credit is important.
I remember in our last discussion about finances, we talked highly about Credit Karma.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely
That's
love Credit
still a
Karma.
good one.
Yes, and Experian is a Experian.
I don't know. They got hacked.
Oh, never mind, friends. Shoot.
But I think now they're offering like free credit monitoring or something. I mean, listen, they got hacked, so it is already done.
Oh, maybe that's why. Because this was a while ago, right?
I mean, kind of recently.
Like within the year, but not like
Experian
a couple.
And Equifax, actually. Now that I think about it, Equifax got hacked too.
Wow.
Yeah, Equifax got hacked too, and they was offering people money.
Okay, because I was looking at the Boost thing. I was saying about. So now for some odd reason, I'm able to monitor my score on there.
That was what they were offering because of
well, so everybody can do that then.
Yeah.
Much, Well, listen, it works out because now you get to know what your FICO score is.
Right. Or you could also check with your bank. Some banks offer quarterly FICO scores,
and that doesn't.
It's free, and it doesn't mess up your credit.
Right, because you want to be mindful of that. Going and checking your credit.
No remarks or like inquiries. But no, some banks, obviously not all of them, but I know Bank of America. Jeez, I don't know about everybody else. Sorry.
Right, Credit Karma definitely does a really good job at just you get on there. It doesn't affect your score by checking
weekly updates. So
you can check them daily. Honestly, I'm obsessed sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to change much, but in a day.
I can't help myself. You never know. Some of those things are pretty fast if you're doing stuff. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, what's another? We gotta do a whole one on credit, you guys. We're gonna do a credit one. Yeah. But what's a whole one? Another financial hack that you have?
Making sure that you are doing your max for your 401k matching program.
Yeah, so not everybody has that. Not every employer, offers that. But find out. That's a big thing too. That's a good financial hack, actually. Find out your benefits, your employee benefits, because you could be missing out on free money.
Right.
There's some tuition reimbursement programs. Yeah. There's some like different types of medical procedures that they're cover more than average. It's like all different types of things. So make sure y'all are reading.
Some of these programs will help you with your current loans, even.
Yes.
Current school loans.
Student loan. All of these different types of things.
Boss.
Even there are certain, this is like minimal, but it's still something. It's like certain companies, you get discounts based on your car insurance or your phone bills.
Perks. I know mine's called Perks at Work.
Yeah.
And even with the 401k, what I was going to say is my boss was telling me, like, when I did my JPA and she realized I hadn't been taking advantage of that service. She was like, do you know that I made like $100,000 alone in that? Like, I think some of us, for me, I'm like, oh, that's, when I get old or whatever, but not even. Like, I know people who, like, listen, you get into a jam and you've been working at this job for however long and you've built enough in your 401k. Some people pull money from it, use it for an emergency, or even invest the money.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to have to.
You don't want to have to, but at least it's there if you have to.
And I mean, if nothing else, no matter what age, you can never, ever start planning for retirement too early. So always be contributing to your 401k and find out your employee benefits. And if they have a match program, you might want to make sure you're doing the like maximum if you can, or whatever is the amount to reach the match, because it's different for different employees. I mean, that's also a reason why some people take jobs at certain companies versus others. They look into things like that, and that's smart. That's the right way to do it, because that's going to affect you in the long term. You working every day anyway.
Absolutely.
Might as well have them help you. What's another one? Saving for your 401k.
A smaller idea I've had is like, listen, we all want things, right? We all want things. And sometimes we might not have the money right away. Or maybe it's not smart to just take your last dollars and go and buy a whatever, right? Or go on a trip or whatever it is that you want to do. So I've recently started a practice where I've bought some saving envelopes. I'll have to look up the link and see, maybe I can post it on our Instagram. But you could buy them on Amazon. They're made of like this. It's like a plastic envelope. They look like real envelopes with snaps. Mm-hmm. And they come with these little budget sheets. And you can put them in the envelopes with the title of whatever you're trying to save for. And track your savings for that particular item by date and, if you take out or whatever the case. And I feel like it's doing really well. I put them in my wherever. Tell people you put them. And then, you kind of set it and forget it type of thing, and it's worked out. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty decent.
That's a really good hack.
Piggy banks. Listen, we're never too old for a piggy bank. Keem has a big water jug where, some people still, they deal with cash. So, he'll bring his change home, and it's just loads and loads and loads of change. You never know how much of that accumulates after a while. If you're a person who still likes to, do that or whatnot.
I mean, James has a piggy bank. It's some Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yes, I have seen that.
But hey, it works. When we got loose change, flying anything, you just put it in there. And it adds up.
These men, they love loose change.
Yeah, they do. I don't know what that's about. But also I found, like, me and James, it's like we set a budget, a monthly budget, and we just have to stick to it. So then it's like, to stay on the budget, like, for me, it turns into like, okay, no, this is competitive now. I'm going to stay to this budget, damn it. Like, this budget will not beat me. And you gotta, like, start to, as my mother would say, cut and contrive. You cut and contrive means you cut back where you need to and save where you can to make it fit. And it ends up being like you start to really think about purchases. It's like, do I really need them? Do I need that? Do we really need this? Like, or am I just being frivolous right now?
Sometimes you shouldn't just be impulsive too. I'm big on it. Like, I am not gonna lie. I'm always like, I want it and I want it now type of attitude. But we can't always be like that. So another hack that I was taught was that wait a couple days, like, even sleep on it. Just sleep on it. And if you feel the same way about it tomorrow, maybe that is something that you really feel passionate about or whatever about getting. So then, you can make plans to do that. But just give it some time. Let it settle in. Ask yourself, look at your budget and ask yourself if it's really important. If it's more important than sticking to the budget.
Right. And then you have to think, if I do this, where else will I have to cut back to stick to the budget? Because I feel like your main goal should be to stick to the budget. Right. So there's nobody saying you can't buy whatever if you sleep on it, like Dialissa said, and you still want it, cool. But then where are you going to cut back on that? Like, you know what? If I get this, I'm not going to go out Friday night. Or I'm going to, I don't know, not buy the other shoes that I wanted. I'm going to get one shoe instead of two. I don't know. Right. Whatever you decide to do, but I feel like you got to also evaluate and don't just say, all right, well, I still want it, so too bad. You got to, make it make sense and really work with that purchase.
Also, where we say cutting back, I feel like sometimes we can all, like we were talking about, cutting back on the internet and the cable and different things. Really look and see where you're exerting energy that you don't need to. Like, as far as your electric, do you have these phantom plugins that are plugged in at home, lights that are just constantly on? Maybe even invest in smart devices that can help you, manage your utilities, your electric bill.
Me and James did that. We got the smart bulbs and the outlets so that it's like, okay, we're on vacation and you check and you're like, why is this on?
Right.
Oops. But you could turn it off and not have wasted money. You're going to be out of town for 3 days, 5 days, whatever. Right. That's stupid. That's money saved.
Right.
And it actually makes a difference. Like, we've noticed a big difference actually in our utilities. Like, it definitely went down.
Oh, yeah. That's the same way with me and my Ecobee. I feel like it works really good. You can set it with your phone. If you forget, you could be out, you could set it on your phone. You could have it set to a sensor so that if it doesn't see any movement in the house for X amount of time, it will make sure to, adjust accordingly.
That's smart.
You could program it like most thermostats, also if you go on vacation. That's even like your water heater and different things too. Like I know people who even get so far as to putting their water heater on vacation when they're at work so that it's not constantly heating up water. Using, high efficiency appliances and such,
Yeah. Unplugging appliances. That
the phantom of
yeah. That's what I do that too. If I don't just click it off with the apps.
So, just trying to cut back there. I know that they say you could leave your thermostat at 78? I know it's hot. But that's what this girl said she was doing. She was keeping it at 78. And that helped her bill or whatever. So make sure you're not running water all, if you're brushing your teeth. Listen, oh my God, that's a big thing for me. Oh God. I hate to not run water. I love running water, but guess what? We don't need to waste water. We can turn off the water. Save a little bit of water. Save a little bit on the water bill.
So I don't have to pay for water.
I was going to say, if you're in an apartment, maybe not.
But I still try to cut off the water just for the planet. It ain't right, man. So I've tried to get better at doing that. But also, I feel like when I do go to people's house who do pay for water, that's a bad habit to have. Right. So I don't want to be acting a fool at someone else's house. So it's just good to start it at home anyway.
Right.
Also,
when you're buying appliances, listen, especially when I moved into, when me and Key moved into our house, it's very easy to want, all these different things and whatever. But I realized that those appliances are quite expensive, especially when you got to buy quite a few things for the house. And one or three of the different apps that I use to buy things that were gently used, but were still great, up-to-date items was Let Go, OfferUp, and Facebook Marketplace. Those are great places to shop. People are always moving, especially here in Atlanta. Some apartment complexes have washing machines and dryers that come with them. Some of them don't. People go away. They're in the army or whatever it is. Our refrigerator, the family, they didn't need it anymore because their kids were grown and went to college. Whereas, and they wanted a counter depth refrigerator. So I got a brand new, basically Samsung French door refrigerator for a fraction. I don't even think it was maybe 1/4 of the original cost of what it was.
That's crazy.
Washing machines that originally would cost like $1,000 a piece for the washer and dryer, you're getting for $500.
And I feel like
deals.
Those apps, like I don't live in a house, so I didn't have to buy appliances for my apartment. But I use those same apps for just in general for furniture pieces. You could buy them. Also, Craigslist. I mean, I know people talk bad about Craigslist, but Craigslist actually has some good stuff. And I mean, just be safe. Like any of these apps, be safe. If you're going to have someone deliver something to your house, maybe tell people, have someone there. If you're going to go pick it up, don't do it by yourself. Be safe on any of these things. But Craigslist is another good one. And I use that to get stuff in like furniture, like TV stands or dressers, things like that. And it's like you said, it's not really used. It's like gently used. And some of it is like, the one girl, she was like, I'm moving in to another apartment, and those people that I'm moving in with, my new roommates, already have this furniture. So we had to pick who was going to keep what, and I lost. So it'd be some, they have random reasons of why they don't want those things, but you could benefit from it and get it for little or nothing. And sometimes on like the Facebook market, they give things away for free because they just want to get rid of it. And another good thing to try is your local thrift stores or Goodwill or Salvation Army stores, because they be having some really nice stuff.
Oh, you know what's another one?
Really cheap.
Oh my God, Habitat Restore.
I was about to say that too. Yeah.
Awesome freaking place, especially for homeowners. They have or just people who they have furniture, but more so usually it's like appliances or like tile, wood flooring, light fixtures. Just on a crazy amount of stuff. Honestly, the other day, it's so funny because I'm always back and forth about whether I want to open up a childcare center or, something, do something obviously with kids. And they actually had tables and seating, like like it was from another childcare center or another school or something. And for a really good price.
Yeah.
So definitely have to, take advantage.
And then, hit up your family members and see. Like, if you know you have a grandfather who has a dining table sitting in his basement that he's never touched in 10 years, maybe ask for it or, offer him to pay a little bit or something for it. You never know.
Right.
What's another one? I think those were... Oh, I like Wallapop too.
What is that?
That's another one of these like online ads kind of apps. And they're like a Craigslist or Let Go or whatever. Or OfferUp was the other one you said. Mm-hmm. Wallapop is kind of like that too, and they have good stuff on there.
Yeah, these apps really come in handy.
Yeah, those apps are really good. And garage sales.
Yeah.
Listen, my aunt would take me to garage sales since I was a child, and I'm so grateful because now I know that they have real gems.
Sometimes it might not even be something that you particularly want, but you could get into this whole is it arbitrage they call it? Mm-hmm. Type of thing where you're like Gary Vee always talks about how he started. Where you go to these garage sales or you buy stuff on eBay to make some extra money. Because that was one thing I was gonna say. We'll continue to talk about how we can save, but sometimes, like I was telling you about the guy that I watch on YouTube. I have to really find out his name. We always talk about him too, but he was talking about, listen, at a certain point you can only save so much. To where you then have to, if you still need more money, you have to figure out how to come up with that money. You have to, get a side hustle or figure out. You have to make the money. You can't save it and save any more money. It comes to a point where you're tapped out. So that's another way,
Yeah, buy things for cheaper in garage sales and then sell it on eBay. Mm-hmm. That's a good.
Some people are buying stuff on eBay and selling it back on eBay. Yeah. It's crazy.
Or Amazon, the same thing.
It was so funny because I thought, I was smarter than some people. And there was another gentleman. I watched this particular, I think it's Brian or something on YouTube. And he's always talking about like credit and his business and whatever not. And he was actually talking about how a lot of people buy or will buy stuff like Polo or different brands, right? The same brands that you can go to Marshall's and find. Mm-hmm. And that he was actually buying certain things from Marshall's and then putting it up for sale. And if it didn't sell within the time before you could return it, he would just return it.
Wow, that's smart.
Very smart, because then you're able to keep the item. You have it, it's ready to sell. But if it doesn't sell, you're not losing anything. So it's a great way to make some money. You never know.
Arbitrage right there.
Arbitrage.
Yeah, that's a good one. But I mean, and just because you were talking about buying name brand stuff, I feel like you also got to live within your means. If you know that you don't have, champagne money with a beer budget or whatever it is that people say. Like, nah, you got to make sure you buy what you can afford and not get beside yourself. If you know that you want to wear nice clothes, you can find nice clothes at the Goodwill for starters. Mm-hmm. But okay, fine. You too good for that. You could go to Marshall's. You don't have to go to the actual store and buy it full price. Or maybe you can wait till there's a sale.
Right.
Wait till it's at the outlets.
Go to the outlets. Hell.
And get
Poshmark. There's apps like
Poshmark. You could get it for dirt cheap on Poshmark. Mm-hmm. I mean, be a little bit savvy. You got to get smart about the way you're shopping. That's a big, big deal. And even like shop around. If you see something at one store, that's not the only place that they'll ever make it. Shop around. It might be on sale at another store. If you go to Marshall's and it ain't, okay, try TJ Maxx then.
Exactly.
If whatever, try it next. And then you can kind of compare it. That's why I think it's good to not be, like you said, like impulse buying, because you might end up missing out on a deal. Or if you stop and think, okay, I'm buying this on July 2nd. In 2 days, it's going to be the 4th of July, and everybody's going to have a big sale. Just wait 2 days. Mm-hmm. Try to be a little bit smarter in the way you're shopping. Mm-hmm. Shop around. Even, I do that for groceries. I shop around for my groceries.
No, absolutely.
If I know there's a specific item that I want or need, and it's going on sale at whatever grocery store, I'm going to get it there. And maybe I don't usually get it at Publix, and I'm going to get it at the Whole Foods or something. I don't know. But I feel like pick and be smart about it. And this way you don't have to end up being like, oh man, I spent an unnecessary amount of money. Then you go to the next store and see it on sale.
Always happens.
And listen, don't be too stoosh. Shop where it's going to be affordable. Walmart got groceries too. Aldi's got the best. Oh my God. Everybody want to talk bad on Aldi's. Man, they have fresh produce every day. Fresh daily? You're not getting that. So I feel like, listen, you got to be smart. Don't be too bougie. And if you can't afford that, then hey, that's where you got to shop.
Shoot, it's all going in the same place.
It really is all going in your belly anyway.
Okay, throw some season on that thing. And
I was pulling up to Aldi's, and that lady was like, oh, we were both in Teslas, and she said, my friends always ask me how I afford my Tesla. This is where I shop. I was like, girl, ain't it the truth? Get a cart full of stuff at Aldi's and walk out only paid $30.
Okay, amen. Because when you go to Publix, nigga, you walking out with one bag and it's $100. Trust me, I've done it many of times. Trader Joe's is another good one. Oh, I love me some Trader Joe's. They have everything.
Yes. And make sure y'all looking at them those little sales papers that they be having at the front door.
Yes. And even in your flyers, sometimes you might get coupons. Listen,
that's true.
Might come up, you need underwear. Victoria's Secret's having a sale. You find out it's $9, whatever. You just never know. You gotta pay attention to those sales. Shop those clearance racks.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so funny. The other day I needed a little pouch to put all like my computer supplies. And I figured I'm not gonna just buy some computer bag. I'll get a little makeup bag. Because they're big, does the same thing. And I went to Ulta, and the ones that I like, they're very good quality, like almost, I think they're leather, honestly. Whatever, they're very good quality. And they come in various sizes. And when I looked, I was like, damn, $16 for the bag? I went for some reason, I was walking around, I forgot about that bag. Okay, after that, $16. I'll just go look on Amazon, because Amazon has every freaking thing.
Right.
And I bent the corner, and I hit some clearance aisle, which I didn't even know they even had. And there was a bag, the same freaking bag. Nothing was wrong with it. Not a dent, not a scratch. The zipper worked, everything for $3. And I picked that sucker up and got it, okay? And now it's so funny because Keaton was like, where'd you get that bag? I need me a bag. And I was going to go get one. I said, I'm not paying $16 for that bag.
Yeah, nah.
No, sir.
You know what? Speaking of arbitrage, that's what people do too. They buy things on the clearance rack and sell it online full price.
That's big, especially with like Adidas and Nikes at the outlet. I've found plenty of Poshmark stores on the app where where people in general are just selling sneakers. Hell, you could sell them on StockX too.
Yeah.
People are always looking for shoes, and not everybody has that same accessibility to these different outlet stores. They're not always available.
I noticed too, like Target has a really good clearance section, and people will go to Target's clearance and then sell it on Amazon FBA and rack up some good money on there too. But I mean, yeah, that's a good little side hustle, arbitrage, if y'all want to try that too.
Yeah. If you have a little time on your hands, why not?
Yeah, them clearance racks are crucial. I love me clearance rack. I remember in college, me and Krista went into some store, and she was like, do you guys have a clearance section? That lady said, oh no, we don't. Krista turned and walked out, and I walked out with her. Girl, we was two.
What store was this?
I think maybe it was the Gap or something. But we was in college, and we living within our means. We can't afford, what you mean you ain't got no clearance rack? We just up in here trying to look for a cheap little hoodie or something foolish. Right. No. We got student loans and all these other problems, textbooks to buy. No, thank you. Yo, I was like, dang, Chris, we could. She's like, no, forget, I ain't got time to waste either. We got to get on to the stores that have the clearance. And she was right, though, because then we ended up going and finding what we needed for the price that we wanted to pay. Them clearance racks, man. Don't sleep on them. Find them.
Sleep on them.
Especially Target. They have a really nice clearance at Target.
Okay. All right. Another thing. Listen, we gotta live within our means, but that means sometimes you still want to have a treat, and do little fancy things. But that's when you should utilize things like Groupon, or what is another thing that you feel like you could use?
Living Social is
Living
one.
Social. You could do all kinds of things that you never thought you would do. Pole dancing. You could go to wineries. You could do all kinds of
paint and sips,
vacations, accessories for things, that you need. They're real cheap on there. All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, because then you find like a good Apple Watch.
Yeah, Apple Watch band. It was a band.
Yeah, and that was a nice band.
Pre-workout. I bought expensive pre-workout that I bought for real expensive, and they had the same brand on there.
Wow.
All kinds of stuff. You just never know what you'll find on Groupon. You find a ton of gadgets, trips to freaking hell, Italy. You never know.
Yeah, they be having. I seen one. They had a 10-day. Trip to Greece.
Yeah, they have some good stuff on there, man.
Maybe having some good stuff on Groupon.
If you can go within the time period that they are available, go ahead and do that. Another thing that I am mindful of now is shopping around for car insurance. They're saying that millennials now are not just sticking with the same car insurance. You don't have to wait till your premium is over. If you feel like they went up on you, hell, shit, you can leave them. So I'm not gonna lie, I need car insurance. So I'll look with another company, try to make sure it's close to the time that I gotta pay the bill for my current insurance. So that way you don't have to, because you pay as you go kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
So, we gotta be careful, because some of them, like, I just left one last month and they freaking charged me
cancellation?
Yeah.
Really?
I was like, what the heck? So, yeah, look out for that. Most people don't do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, definitely try to shop around.
You know what else you could do with your insurance, too, is to take a defensive driving course, because then they offer you a discount with that as well.
Or if you get those gadgets in your car, too.
Yeah, if you get the little trackers, and they can see if you're a safe driver, a safe driver tracker. Those are really good, and they get you a pretty good discount. I did it one time. I got 8% off. And then also, if you went to college, tell them your university, they might have an association with it, because that worked out for me and James. Don't, ask about, like, if you're married, that's another discount that you get. Like I said about the employers before, some employers offer different discounts with insurance companies. Yeah, that's a good one too. Okay. And then they also give you a discount, or they're supposed to give you a discount for your age. So make sure you ask them about it, or just check and see if it's anywhere noted on your policy, because that's another one that they don't always offer to you. They don't always put that automatically, let me say.
You can also check your rating on Credit Karma.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, man, Credit Karma.
I love me some Credit Karma. You know how much your card depreciates on there as well, too. Yeah. Definitely won't let you not know. Damn it. Just, I'm tired of that.
It contributes. You know what? Another one, this is like, we was kind of talking about with shopping around, but coupon apps. Y'all should check those out, too, because I had, it was Ibotta. And it was like, if you're going to shop someplace anyway, you should just scan your receipt and it gives you discounts. Automatically. You already shopped there, so what do you care at that point? And then we was doing that Shop Kick app, and you can earn gift cards to different
places you're going to shop anyway.
Places you're going to shop anyway. So it's kind of, again, in the Shop Kick, you could just get points, or they call them kicks, for walking in the store. If you're already going in that store, then
out by the store.
Or if you're just going to be in the mall and there's a bunch of stores, just open your Shopkick app and walk around. Okay. And then you get kicks that's going to earn you a gift card.
And a lot of these places, if you refer people to, like I know with Josh, I know a lot of people who have made good money with that because, like, I'm not for anything. If you're good and popular, not let me say, but you got quite a few followers, and you try to go, just put out your link, and they give you $5, and they get $5, and everybody get $5.
I seen a YouTuber, and he was talking about back when Ebase, it was Ebase at the time. They was giving you $25.
Oh wow!
Per referral, and he was saying how he had paid his rent with Ebase referrals.
Wow.
It was like $1,000. That was his rent, but I don't know what it was. But he was like, yeah, he was just making his rent off of Ebase referrals because he had a lot of people on his. I watched it. He had a lot of people watching his YouTube channel, a lot of subscribers. $25 a pop,
which is great because he's making money each way because making money on the referrals that he's getting with Ebates, and then he's making money with YouTube.
Yeah, and that wasn't even his main job. He had a full-time job.
Listen,
that he was making.
Get
money.
You a side gig if you can.
Yeah, and don't. That's another thing. Anything you can think of, you might want to check and see if they offer a referral program. Yeah, because that's a big one. Even if it's not going to necessarily be cash, you might get, a discount, or you never know. You might get a discount with them on your next bill. So find that type of stuff out because the referral codes are so important.
You might be missing out on a lot of good stuff. What else did I write on here? Oh, I did write about rental properties. Like, I feel like, honestly, that's if you get to a certain point and you got your flow going, life is, in order, and you've planned for it accordingly, rental properties I think are great. And as far as, some people might be scared about the maintenance, even when you buy a house, whatever. But, like, they have so many different apps now where you can get help. You don't have to call, like, the big boy service companies. Like, you can go on TaskRabbit or these different apps to get a local handyman or such to come help you out. Go to these places like Habitat Restore to manage your rental properties. But that's good money. Think about it. Every month that you could be making.
It's very good passive income.
Good passive income. That's something we talked about in our last.
Yeah, we talked about that in our last money one, but. Definitely want to start doing stuff like that. And sometimes you just need to tap into, even if you don't do real estate, just tap into what you're good at. Like how that, okay, you have all of these certifications, your CDA for, early childhood development. Okay, well, now you could offer your nanny services. Right. And that's something that you already good at. You're already qualified for that. So then it's a extra income for you, some additional income, and that's something else too. It's like if you, I don't know, if you already are a mechanic, maybe you can fix a couple of your neighbors' cars, or something like that. Or if you're a young person or older person, but if you're a young person and your chore is to mow the lawn, well, maybe you say, well, I'm already mowing the lawn on Saturday. Let me see what my neighbors need their lawn mowed, and I charge them $30, $40, whatever it is that you charge in your area. And that's a little side hustle. It's like, you got to start to get a little creative, and don't think that, don't doubt yourself, because sometimes you may think, oh, I'm just going to mow my lawn and go with my business. And then your neighbors is looking out the window like, damn, I wish somebody would mow my lawn. Right. Or if you, like these parents, they come to school and drop the kids and you never realize that, oh, wow, they need somebody outside of school. Right. It's little things like that. So it don't never hurt to ask, and make sure y'all don't be underestimating yourselves.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because you never know.
Try to look for the need for things,
Because then maybe that'll give you a little bit of confidence to then do real estate. If you're not comfortable with real estate, I don't know. Maybe you are okay with that, but some people aren't. And the same thing with any investment, really, like the stock market. People aren't always comfortable. They don't know about it, so they're kind of scared of it, or whatever the case. Maybe you just start something else that is like, okay, you know what? I did that on the side, and look at that, worked out. And start to, okay, my savings is really booming. And you can tap into other little.
Oh, and one last thing that I had to mention was something called a box or a susu. So I know that they say a lot of Hispanics do it, West Indians do it, Africans do it, maybe many more cultures where how I know it works is there's people who maybe have come to the U.S. I don't know how to fix that. Come to the U.S. and they're working here, and they have maybe a house back home or whatever the case is. This is how I heard it originated. And what they would do is they would have a group of people that they work with, maybe from the same country, or maybe not. I usually think it's people from the same country.
It usually is because it tends to be people you already know,
right?
Family and friends
and
you trust
back home. Yes, because you want it to be people you trust. Mm-hmm. So what it is that you guys, when you would go to work and you get your paycheck, you agreed to take X amount of money from your paycheck each time and put it in what we call a pool or box, what they call a susu. And each person would take turns getting the pool of money. And most times they would send that money back home, either to take care of the people back home or could help build the house back home, or just in general, it's just cash that they've saved. And oddly enough, me and Kim actually have done it with some friends of his. And within no time, I mean, you just pay it. It's like a bill,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it was tough. It was like, damn, there's a lot of money to be sending every so often. Because we went in together, and I think you were having to put money every week. But we would put money every 2 weeks because we were sharing. So he would go, I would go, he would go. And I feel like at the end of that box, we made like $5,000 a piece, just like that. I mean, not just like that. Of course, it took time, but it was like, when else did we had we saved that money? How else would we have done it had we not done the pool or the box? So I feel like that was good. If you could gather up with some people that you can trust, maybe you could get together and put together a pool.
Yeah,
and save money that way.
It definitely is a thing to like combine forces, like when we talk about roommates and splitting different what are these, like, not real bills but like Netflix and subscriptions. And the same thing with with the susu or the box. It's like join forces, and maybe you can even talk with your other friends or family who have similar goals or trying to do the same things as you, and then they can do it with you, and that tends to make it a little bit easier. Hopefully somebody you trust, so it doesn't end up being complicated.
Right, because nobody wants that. You got to make sure it's someone or a group of people that you can trust.
Yes.
Or hell, maybe it be you, and you be the trustworthy person.
Yeah, that's true too. What was the other thing that we had talked about in a previous episode? But keeping up with the Joneses, I feel like it goes into the idea of living within your means. So just because there's new iPhone or there's a new Honda 2020 about to come out, you don't need to always get those things. And just always think about your budget. Please think about your budget and like how am I gonna stay within this? Or if you're gonna buy that new car, are you gonna use it for Uber? Or DoorDash? Or you like is it an investment for you? Like, how can you make this?
Are you gonna be renting it out?
Right? How you gonna make money off of this instead of having to put out money for this?
Because then it's a liability.
Yeah, exactly, and that's just foolish.
Exactly.
That's just foolishness. We want assets, everybody. And that was something else I was thinking about when you was talking about that. Like, you gotta, because it's hard. It's hard in these times where everything is on your phone. You see all of these different lifestyles that people are so lavish. Yeah, it looks like it's great, but it's like Gary Vee's always talking about. You gotta buckle down and like just
thug it out.
Thug it out a little bit, kind of suffer maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah, and I don't even consider it suffering. I kind of think of it as like, yo, this is a means to an end. This is like the
investing.
Yes, it's an investment in yourself. Yeah. So it's all right. Just thug it out a little bit. Get your roommates, split them bills. Maybe cut off the cable and do internet only. Get a couple subscriptions that y'all share.
Starbucks if you have.
Go ahead and
do what you have to do. Listen, I forget the woman. We talk so much as we just don't know the names. But there's a woman who was on Steve Harvey. I think we talked about her on our last podcast. I just said, listen, if it comes down to it and you can't afford to be living on your own, you better hit up your grandma, your uncle, your auntie, your mom, whoever, my dad, whoever you can hit up and get on that couch until when you get your shit together.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing. Grown as hell. Who cares?
Listen, if you have those options, that's a blessing.
You gotta take care of get yourself in order.
Yeah. Because and not everybody has that. So it's like, okay.
If you got it, that's a blessing.
Monetize on it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Be smart. Don't be foolish out here, y'all. That's the biggest financial hack we can give y'all. Be smart and do your research. Yeah. Don't ever stop learning about money.
No.
Never stop.
Financial literacy is good shit.
So important. Always be learning about it, reading about it, YouTubing it. Mm-hmm. Make sure a couple of your Instagram pages you follow are about it. Money or investing. If you're not doing
anything else, even if you're not actually doing these things, at least do the research. Do yourself that do yourself that favor.
Right.
So just that motivation alone, will help you save your coins,
Right. Just gotta be, you gotta be on top of it. This way, when it is your time or whenever you decide you're ready, you know what to do. Mm-hmm. So share y'all stuff with us. These are a couple of our hacks. We're going to definitely talk about money some more. Mm-hmm, yes. And we're going to definitely do a full episode about the importance of credit, y'all. Yes, it is so important. This is finally. God. Oh, I'm so happy. I feel like a proud mama.
And I feel like an anxious stock market Looney Tune on that Credit Karma damn app. Yes, I do check it every hour on the hour. Don't do that, friends. But we'll get to that.
But yeah. Listen, share y'all advice with us. We ain't never stop learning, so
please let us know what you think. If it was something that you figured was better or that you just felt like, oh no, that's a bust. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know and then share something that we didn't mention.
Yes.
That is working for you.
Yes, we're gonna put a poll up on our Instagram this week and see if we can start an open discussion. Maybe we could do a live this week even.
And this is good too. Hopefully if this, if you are able to talk about it or listen to us talk about it, then maybe you can reach out to those friends like we were talking about and those family members, and you may never know, but somebody else may be thinking, you know what, I've been trying to save money too. And then it opens that discussion and now y'all can do a susu together or split some bills or just kind of root for each other. That's important too. Just to have somebody in the same boat as you is always nice. So
and in reference to our last episode on self-care, just as a reminder, making sure that your finances and your life is in order is another way of caring for self.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're good.
Yep. And being literate.
Yeah.
Because in self-care, we're talking about all these little things you could do, reading a book or taking a moment for yourself, making sure you know your money.
Yes,
that's a big deal.
Big thing.
And it will, being smarter about it and knowing more about it will, I imagine, at least for me, it does alleviate stress.
Yes.
That will help.
Money's a big thing.
Yeah, it's a very stressful thing. So knowing about your money and knowing that you're doing the best you can and you're learning, that's definitely going to make you feel like, okay.
And just not living for just today. Make sure that you do a projection out to, the future and knowing okay, what does this look like if I do X, Y, Z? Yep. What does that look like for my future? Look at different things like, okay, what if I get pregnant or certain life changes,
or sick?
What if someone just there's untimely death that you know a lot of things we have to really be mindful and be prepared for.
What if I get a flat tire? Like you just it'd be all types of things that life is going to throw at you, but you need to be financially ready for it.
Yeah. Well, all right, friends, sisters.
Share, comment, like, and subscribe. All that fun stuff. And we can't wait to hear from y'all in our poll. Make sure y'all participate.
Yes, ma'am.
Brittany out.
Dialissa out.